Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Fierce, Bold, and Unafraid. My name is Lillian Okado, and today's episode is specifically for sensitive people. Now, what do I mean? Guys, if you're going to be successful in business or as an entrepreneur, you've got to learn to take criticism. Okay, it's not about being talented, it's about being willing. In a couple of seconds, I'll explain exactly what I mean. So what do I mean by, learning to take criticism? So here's the thing. Let me give you an example based off a personal experience I have gone through, I have been through. So a while ago, a couple of people approached me in my capacity in what I do currently in my business, and they approached me and they were like, you know what, Lillian, we think you're amazing, we think you're skilled, we think you know what you're doing, and we want you to take a lead on a specific project that we have. So I'm just being very vague here, just to protect the identity of everybody involved. But so I was excited. I was like, this is an opportunity for me to prove even more to myself and to the world that I really know what I'm doing. So I took the challenge up and got started on this project. But guess what? And it happens to everybody. Some days, you have your off days and something goes wrong in your business, at your workplace. Let's say you're working on a report and you forget to insert some critical information that probably costs the company. It happens. Okay, so I had one of those moments on this specific project, and I ended up costing resources for this project. Like, we lost some money. So of course, I found myself in the doghouse. I found myself having to face a panel of humans. I was summoned to a meeting to explain myself, and and of course, a lot of doubts were cast on my credibility, on my integrity. A mistake that really had nothing to do with necessarily my judgment, but more so to do with the market. And it was just really, really bad. So I'm here sitting in front of my peers, and they're literally going at me. They're going there were about like 6 people. There were 6 in that meeting, and 5 of them were just, rapping, going at me, going at my credibility and so on. And I can't remember a time when I had such a difficult meeting in my entire career. And this is something that, I was called to do. I was invited to join because of my capacity to deliver on the said project, but then I didn't deliver. And guys, that was a difficult, you talk about going through embarrassing moments in your career. That was one of my most embarrassing moments. And I remember I just sat there and I listened, and I'm looking at these people and I'm thinking, wow, these guys used to respect me, and I can see their respect has dwindled. And I kept on thinking in my head as they were talking, and I was just looking at their lips moving, and I was just thinking, oh my God, I want to get out of here. I just want to leave this meeting. And I sat through the barrage of negative energy and, all the negative things that can be said. And yes, they tried to put it in a nice way, but it wasn't nice. It was just not a nice meeting. So anyway, by the time I left that meeting, I was really, really low. I was really, really disappointed. I was angry at myself, at them, for not understanding the circumstances that, brought about the failure of the project. And I was like, I want to quit. I want to quit. I want to stop doing this thing. I want, and then later on, the next day I woke up and I was like, no, Lillian, you're not quitting. These things happen. Things go wrong. And sometimes things go wrong that you cannot help. So you can't make a permanent decision based off a temporary emotion. People will not always like you. People will not always ascribe to your beliefs, your way of working, your thoughts, and things like that. But you have to always pick yourself up again and start over. Guys, I was this close to quitting what is today my biggest income producing activity. I was about to give up on my dreams based off the whims, conversations, negative feedback, or negative criticism that I received from my peers, all because of my sensitivities, all because of my ego. Now, if you speak to any entrepreneur out there who's really, really successful, you have to learn to take criticism. You have to learn to separate your emotions from the reality. So I then in my head quickly sat down the next day and I said, you know what went wrong with this project? What is my learnings from this project? What have I gained? What is a growth moment for me? So always look for the growth moments in your failures. Yes, you will fail. Yes, you will fall many, many times. You could be at the peak of your career and then something happens and your credibility is questioned, and it's something that you couldn't even have anticipated, because that's what happened to me. But what I learned from that was that you have to keep pushing. You have to go back, like if it's something that you need to go back to school to study and to improve on, or you have to keep on going back to practice on a specific skill so that you can improve on the place that was kind of broken, and you need to do that. Yeah, criticism, good or bad, is still gives you room for improvement. So that's my talk for today. That's my topic for today, right? Because for you to get to where you want to get to, you need to learn, you need to build resilience, you need to build the capacity to not take things again personally. So what I'm saying is, like, I grew up with really low self-esteem. I grew up like in basically I felt like I was the black sheep of the family. So it took quite a bit of working on my head, on my mental space, on my environment to just get myself out of there. And in that incident, and sometimes guys, things will happen in your life, in your career, in your business that will challenge you and will take you back to your insecurities, okay? Take you back to the brink of low self-esteem and so on. You can't let that happen. Criticism you cannot always take criticism personally. It's not about you as an individual. It's just about you taking a breather, pausing and saying, you know what can I learn from this? So if you want to be successful, if you really, really desire the kind of life that you want, you need to learn to take criticism. Criticism is not good. It's not bad, rather. It's actually really good. It's your opportunity to say, you know what, shake off, whatever bad energies are there and pick yourself up and run and continue running towards your goal. And I'll say this, guys, today I'm almost at the peak of my career in the current industry that I'm in, and I'm doing, I know I'm really, really good at what I'm doing. And had I said, to hell with these women, I would have lost an opportunity to be here in front of you to just share my learnings. Great people are built, they're not born. No one is born knowing what to do. So these negative experiences that you go through are for you to build you up to the kind of person or the kind of leader or the kind of worker at your workplace that you desire to be. Don't let criticism put you down. Thanks, guys.